This is going to be a contentious topic, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. American parents, you're spending thousands of dollars taking your children on vacations to overly expensive locations like amusement parks, New York City, and Washington, D.C. when that same amount of money could be used to take your children on trips abroad. In this video, I'm going to compare costs of Disney World in New York City to other international destinations like Portugal, Bali, and Morocco. What you're going to hear will surprise you, but we also want to hear your views on this topic, so if you have a different view, please put them in the comments below. If this is your first time joining the channel, welcome. I'm Mike. My wife Christian and I are in our 50s, and we've traveled with our two children from the time they were toddlers to locations like Central America, Europe, and even Asia. We also went through our keeping up with the Joneses phase where we wanted to travel to places like Disney World and New York City, and believe me, we love those locations, but the international destinations were more meaningful and more beneficial for our children's education and taught them empathy and lifelong lessons. So let's break down why it's time to ditch the overpriced US tourist traps and go global. Trust us, Bali, Portugal, and Morocco offer more than long lines and theme park food. From ancient castles to stunning beaches to dramatic cliffs, these locations have something to offer a young individual who is traveling abroad. It's better for your kids' education, cultural awareness, and lifelong memories. Traveling international with family can be an incredible experience, but for children it can be truly life-changing. Beyond just being an international travel location, travel exposes young minds to a new culture, history, being independent, and global awareness, helping them develop lifelong skills that goes far beyond the classroom. One of the greatest benefits of international travel is the cultural immersion. Your child gets to see firsthand how other cultures survive, what they eat, their traditions that they hold dear, and gain a different perspective. This exposure fosters curiosity, open-mindedness, and diversity. It helps young travelers realize that their way of life isn't the only way, making them more empathetic and aware of global issues. Traveling internationally isn't just about sightseeing. It's about gaining global perspective. And for children, traveling internationally can open up their minds to cultural awareness, history, independence, and global awareness. Did you know that only 11% of US college graduates can find Afghanistan on a map? And 75% of 8th graders score below grade level on world geography. The lack of travel in American children is directly tied to a gap in geographical education. Many schools place little emphasis on world geography, leaving students with a narrow view of the world around them and different cultures and customs. This makes international travel even more valuable as a form of education that schools just aren't providing. Some of the best destinations also offer family-friendly, affordable options like Bali, Portugal, and even Morocco, each offering unique experience that can open a young traveler's perspectives. Plus, I'm going to surprise you a little later when I compare the cost of these destinations to the more expensive US tourist traps. Portugal offers a blend of natural beauty and historical significance. Portugal is known for its stunning views, its beaches, natural beauty, and maritime history. For teenagers, a visit here offers a historical education. They get to visit Moorish castles, Roman ruins, and 16th century forts, learning about Portugal's age of exploration. Portugal is perfect for kayaking through sea caves, learning to surf, or enjoying a hike up to one of the forts. And then there's the cultural immersion, the markets, the festivals, and being able to eat the local food is a culture experience within itself. Portuguese cuisine offers insights into the historical roots and the vibrant culture. Bali is a cultural and spiritual journey that can offer young travelers a different perspective of the way people live. It offers cultural awareness, like visiting the temples of Uluwatu or the Tanah Lot. It allows children to experience Balinese Hindu traditions firsthand. And then there's the sustainability in nature. Being able to learn from Bali's eco-conscious tourism exposes young minds to sea turtle sanctuaries and other eco-friendly options. And then there's the personal growth, like yoga retreats and meditation classes, and especially in the fast-paced world that we live in today, where children are susceptible to mental health issues. Morocco is a sensory-rich destination and a chance for adolescents to see a different culture and step into a different world. With Arabic, Berber, and French all being spoken, being able to visit Morocco provides a young traveler with a unique perspective on learning a language. Exploring the markets of Marrakech or the Blue City gives adolescents a different perspective of life in Africa. And then there's the adventure and exploration, being able to ride a camel or wandering through the souks. Morocco fosters curiosity and adaptability, skills that are crucial for an adolescence and for an interconnected world. And also, international travel offers lifelong experiences, like being able to navigate airports or exchange currency, ordering food in a different language. These are experiences that a young traveler just isn't going to get any other way. So being able to take them on these international destinations helps with developing these lifelong skills. Adolescents learn to adapt to a changing or a new environment, being able to learn lifelong skills that will help them be more adaptable later in life. Traveling as a family creates stronger relationships and develops a bond of the family. Adolescents who are often busy with school activities and a social life get to enjoy being with the family and learning through the adversity of traveling abroad and being able to expand their horizons. Whether it's trying exotic food or getting lost in a market or seeing a breathtaking landmark, these become stories that they carry forever. Most importantly, international travel broadens a young traveler's perspective. They return home with a deeper understanding of the world, a greater appreciation for what they have, and a curiosity to explore even beyond their own boundaries. These experiences help them become a more adaptable individual, more informed, and culturally aware individuals, preparing them for a more globalized world. So let's break down some costs. So planning a family vacation includes looking at different categories like the transportation, the accommodations, the meals, and then the cost of the attractions. Here's a comparison between popular US destinations and international destinations. Now at this point, I've got my notes in front of me, so I'm gonna be reading a little bit here. Walt Disney World in Florida. So if you look at the transportation cost, a round-trip domestic flight averages about $300 per person, which totals about $1,200 for a family of 4. And then the accommodations range from $200 to $500 a night. For a 5-night stay, this amounts to $1,000 to $2,000 for a 5-day vacation. And then for the meals, the Disney dining plans or out-of-pocket expenses can average $200 per day, totaling $1,000 for a 5-day trip. And then the attractions, the park tickets cost between $464 to $805 per day for a family of 4, depending on the options that you select. The total estimated cost of a trip to Walt Disney World in Florida is approximately $7,000 to $9,000 for a 5-day trip. Now let's move on to New York City. The transportation costs are similar to that of going to Walt Disney World. The round trip flights are going to be about $1,200 for a family of 4. The accommodations for a mid-range hotel are going to average about $250 per night, totaling $1,250 for a 5-day stay. And then with the diverse meal options available in New York City, you're going to look at about $150, totaling about $750 for the entire stay. And then for the visiting popular attractions like the Statue of Liberty and museums and Broadway shows can total around $500. The estimated cost for a family of 4 to travel to New York City for a 5-day stay is going to be approximately $3,700. But let's compare those to international destinations. So first off is Portugal. So Portugal, the round trip flights from the US are going to average about $700 per person, totaling $2,800. And of course, this average is going to be dependent based on where you're flying from in the United States. Again, it's just an average. Accommodations are affordable, averaging about $100 per night, totaling $700 for a 7-day stay. And as you can see, we've changed up the criteria here. So we went from a 5-day stay in the United States to a 7-day stay internationally, and that's just to account for the longer distance and jet lag. The meals are going to be a standard 3-course meal in Portugal, which are going to average about $55 for 2 people, and that includes with wine. Attractions, many of the local attractions in Portugal are free, but any additional activities can cost around $300. So the total for a 7-day stay in Portugal is going to be about $4,500. So the transportation cost from the United States to Bali, and again, this is just averages, but it's going to be about $800 per person, totaling $3,200. The accommodations at a mid-range hotel are going to average about $50 per night, totaling $350 for a 7-night stay. And then the local cuisine is very affordable with expenses around $60, totaling $420. And many of the culture sites have low entry fees, but I would recommend that you budget about $200 to cover multiple attractions. So the total estimate for a 7-day stay in Bali is going to be about $4,200. And then Morocco, the average transportation cost is going to be about $700 per person, totaling $2,800. The accommodations and for the hotels are going to average about $80 per night, totaling $560 for a 7-night stay. The meals are particularly cheap in Morocco, with a daily expense around $50, totaling $350. And then visiting the markets, the historical sites, and culture experiences can total around $300 for a total estimated cost in Morocco of $4,000 for a 7-day stay. While U.S. destinations can offer a unique experience, in some cases they're just more expensive than international destinations, such as Portugal, Bali, and Morocco. These international locations don't only offer a more unique experience, but they're also cheaper for accommodations and meals, making them attractive alternatives for family vacations. So as you start planning your family vacation, know that it's a lot more than just a sightseeing tour or a family vacation. This is an educational opportunity for your children. It's an opportunity to inspire, encourage, and empower your adolescents, giving them the experience that will shape their entire life. Because the best classroom isn't just within 4 walls. Whether they're exploring Portugal's unique castles, or Bali's spiritual journey, or even Morocco's unique cuisine, they're gaining lifelong experiences that will shape their worldview forever. International travel is one of the best investments in your child's education and future opportunities. So thanks for watching this video, and according to the YouTube algorithm, this is the next video that you should watch. And I'll see you there.